Está bien.
Festivities begin. Every Real Madrid player is called onto defensive duty. Xavi striding across the six, clever free kick. It was a missed swipe from Alves. Now Messi flicks it in! Oh, wonderful attempt. Pure genius. He's in the mood.
It took him 2 or 3 minutes, didn't it, to get in the game, but he certainly has now.
Alves with the cross. It's all Barcelona in the opening stage of this game. They've got another corner. Well, there's no roof on this stadium. If there was, the fans would be raising it. 97,000, screaming and shouting. If you were lucky enough to buy a ticket today, it would have cost you €500 a pop. Benzema's header out. Abidal to Alves. Fancies a shot from distance, and he had to see his concern. Xavi controlling his manner. Messi caressing the ball to Iniesta. He has Villarreal outside. Oh, plays it inside. Great tackle, but no, he's finished off by Xavi. Not the greatest goal you're ever going to see, but a mightily important goal for Barcelona. A huge slice of luck gives Barcelona the lead.
It is a slightly lucky goal, Rob, but to see Xavi that far advanced up the pitch, he broke the offside trap. He's fortunate, he's alert with the finish. But Real Madrid were defending deep. Talk of Barcelona.
Messi, side down. Oh no! Referee said that Xabi Alonso called him fairly. Benzema. Cristiano Ronaldo. Great ball inside. Ozil. Di Maria spots the gap. Big save by Valdez. I guess he's not hurting now.
That's a big save. So soon after Barcelona have opened the scoring. Good work here from Angel Di Maria. Deflection off of Dani Alves as well.
Iniesta tries to play the 1-2 off the defender. And this is what we expect from Real Madrid. Quick counter-attacking. There's a foul off the ball there. Again, good advantage given as it's at the feet of Cristiano Ronaldo. You never quite know what's going to happen. A top pass by him. That could have been a very embarrassing own goal by Abidal. And another important save by Valdez. He has to put his hand in the way of that, Jerry.
Well, he's had to. Real Madrid got a good understanding of the game. A player only 22 years of age.
Iniesta, every Barcelona pass being greeted by an Ole. Messi. Any player who likes to take more than one touch. Pedro. Xavi has it. There's a foul off the ball by Marcelo, acknowledged by the referee. Barca continue through David Villa, toe-to-toe with Ramos. Gets the cross in! 2-0 Barcelona! The flying Pedro! Jose's not smiling now.
Well, you have to just admire that football there. It was Ole after Ole. But 25 passes, and again Real Madrid didn't make a tackle. They've got to get more physical. They've got to confront the blue and red shirts of Barcelona. They're getting back in position, getting back behind the ball.
And Cristiano Ronaldo is losing his cool, and he's dragged out of a situation by the referee, Gonzalez. And he's managed to draw the wrath of the whole Barcelona team, even Victor Valdez, who's rushed 50 yards to say his bit to Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what it's all about. Guardiola would have gone down, but he didn't want to dirty that very expensive coat. Ball will be very difficult for Valdez to handle if Ronaldo can first of all get it around that 8-man wall. Cristiano Ronaldo poises, poses, draws the wrath of the supporters and just puts it just wide. He felt there'd been a save. He'd like to give Valdez some credit for that.
And it's the free kick known as the tomahawk, isn't it, here in Spain now? Busquets, but it didn't.
Ozil's corner is a poor when it falls to Lionel Messi. He's been dormant for most of the first half, Messi. That's when he's at his most dangerous. Pepe tries to wrap his arm around him and can't stop him. Now there will be a yellow card. There were extra defenders after Pepe. One would argue with Lionel Messi that it was maybe an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but it's got to be a yellow.
He's so persistent in trying to stay on his feet, isn't he? He evades tackles, they barge him, they knock him. He doesn't go to ground.
Benzema tries to thread it through. Can't be offside. It came off a Barca defender, and there's a cry for a penalty. Ronaldo, having been booked a few minutes ago, can't argue. That smile is painted on his face. It's not a real one. He had a case, didn't he? He had a very good case.
Well, I'm not so sure, Rob. I think Valdez does get a touch of the ball. No, we've got to stick with it. Just wondering whether Jose Mourinho rules the decision not to play the extra midfield player.
Lionel Messi gets into his stride and lets off one of his little sticks of dynamite.
It's 9.
Di Maria works his way through. He just hasn't been able to get into the flow of things. The referee telling him to get onto his feet as well. Cristiano Ronaldo. No, that was at best speculative. It was quite interesting before the game, Terry, because Mourinho was saying that he wasn't too happy with the appointment of Victor Gonzalez. Guardiola was very happy, ever the statesman. But it's something like the referee could be blamed for this Real Madrid performance. Oh, Messi goes down off the ball there. Now, he's not one to take a dive, but there was a connection with Carvalho, and this is a big call for the referee.
I'm not sure why Carvalho got involved with Messi. He made a good tackle. It wasn't a dive from Messi, it was a fair challenge from Carvalho, who then accused Messi of diving.
Well, the referee is telling Messi to get onto his feet. You remember that Barcelona went 21 years without defeat against Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. They've won the last two here, and they're in a very good position in the first half. Well, it's living up to the expectations, the most eagerly anticipated game of football in Europe.
One goal can completely change this match, change the mentality of the team in white shirts, but can Barcelona dominate possession again, as they did in that first 30 minutes, with devastating effect.
Maybe illustrates the confidence flowing through the Barcelona veins.
Yep, they can be confident, but they mustn't be complacent. Guardiola would have urged his players, and I'm sure Carlos Puyol as well would have do everything in their power to keep a clean sheet. Don't let Real Madrid back in it.
There's Lionel Messi taking on all comers right across the 18-yard box. Loose ball in the area. Pepe flies in. Comes to David Villa. Tremendous stop. Real Madrid having to throw bodies in the way. There's a few white shirts out there who appear to be in hiding.
I said, Rob, it's mentally it's tough when you haven't had much possession. They've been used to.
Alonso flies into his old friend Sergi Busquets, of course, World Cup winning colleagues. And they had a big handshake and a pat on the back as they came out for the game before, but old pal's acts are forgotten as to Pedro. Xavi. Lionel Messi. Head down, drawing defenders, threading it through to Xavi, good save! That's the side of the net and not the back of the net. That would have been good night Real Madrid.
Yeah, well, when they were making that run across midfield there was 3 or 4 different options on that Barcelona could have used. You know, sometimes in those positions you're looking for one option.
Pedro would have been onside. Marcelo hits it long. They're just not finding Cristiano Ronaldo. Alves. Villa's gone too early again, so he has to hold his pass. Now Messi. Drifting, driving. David Villa. 3-0. Game over. Another typical Barcelona goal. Another typical Barcelona performance. But the team they're ripping apart tonight are Real Madrid.
It's a great partnership that's really blossoming now from Lionel Messi and David Villa. And again, far too much time afforded to the Barcelona attacking players without Real Madrid closing them down. They're relying, weren't they, again on trying to use an offside trap. But David Villa had time to run across the line, hold his run, right to the perfect moment.
Well, Benzema to Lassana Diarra, one back by Xavi. Now Busquets, referee does well, keeps it moving. It's moving very smoothly with Lionel Messi. Brilliant run by Villa, can he finish it off? He can! It's 4 to Barcelona! Where did the goal stop?
Well, it's official now, Robbie, so turning into a rout. They just love that pass inside the fullback. The easy option is to give it to the wide player's feet and let him run at the defender. But they're so aware that the wide players will look to run across and get the pass, receive the pass inside the fullback. And essentially then it becomes a one-on-one versus the goalkeeper, and David Villa doesn't miss. A superb goal.
Or not done. There have been 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. Alonso steps over the ball. Long, hopeful shot. Alves watches it go wide.
As we mentioned earlier, Rob, this is a young Real Madrid team. A lot of players in there.
Abidal. Xavi. The Olays have started again. It is a bit like watching a bullfight at the moment. Barcelona, the Matadors. Real Madrid, the wary ball. Busquets tries the shot from the halfway line, and Casillas had to watch that all of the way. They're trying to humiliate them.
Yeah, that would have offended Casillas, and he didn't want to look as if he was trying too hard. At the last second, perhaps he thought he'd better make the...
Abidal. They make it look so simple. Control, pass, back flick, pass. It's frighteningly good. But it's a gulf between the teams.
The home supporters really enjoying the possession.
Carvalho, handball. He's got to go. He goes from bad to worse to ridiculous for Real Madrid. Well, has he not just denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity?
At 4-0 up, perhaps the referee's been lenient of world-class players, but they don't look organised at the back. Their offside trap hasn't worked.
Ronaldo. Get in. That was a rash challenge from Ramos. One of those, I think, that looked worse than it actually was. Ramos goes over to his Spanish international teammate David Villa and asks a favour and asks him to get straight back up onto his feet to prevent the caution, which is going to come his way.
Slightly disappointed to see Puyol tear across there and trying to get his Spanish teammate in trouble, although he's protecting his Barcelona teammate David Villa. It's like the worst tackle Ramos has ever made. It's been a big night for David Villa, slightly overshadowed by Lionel Messi this season. To get 2 goals in your first Clasico.
Bojan's on the move, he's onside. Here's his first touch, his second touch he can't make. Pepe stops him in his stride. Good defending by Pepe.
Pepe sticking to the task.
Messi, lovely touch. Bojan, now he's got his chance. Tremendous save from Iker Casillas, keeping some pride for Real Madrid. When Real Madrid had a number of debutants in this situation, and it has told.
It has, but I think, in all honesty, Rob, I think the quality has been far better. That's been the difference between the two teams. Opening 20-minute spell from Barcelona, absolutely brilliant.
Now they're aiming for their 5th as we're into stoppage time. Bojan's cross, will it be 5? It will! And Cristiano joins the party. It's Jeffrey, the substitute, has joined the party. A great goal for another one of the Barcelona boys who's come through the system.
Well, look at the celebrations, Rob, of the players. The despair again of Real Madrid. Incisive attacking play, en masse. Every member of the squad, the coaching department, everybody's there. Piqué holding 5 fingers up. A 5-0 win against Real Madrid. More than the home supporters expected tonight. They expected a much more closer encounter. We can see there a beaten team from Real Madrid tonight. The youngster Jeffrey breaks into the box. It's a wonderful cross. Not only is Jeffrey on the end of it, another youngster, Bojan. Great cross across the face of the goal.
Oh, and another terrible tackle from Carvalho, and it's going to end very ugly, and there's a punch down there. And it's now getting very, very nasty. Well, the referee has sent off Carvalho, and he's got a series of other spats to sort out as well. There's pushing and shoving and arguing. A yellow card to Xavi amid the melee. And the medical men are working one of the Barcelona players as well. It's Lionel Messi who's down, who's apparently flawed. And also the referee saw that, he's seeking advice from his assistants. Well, Jose Mourinho is absolutely flawed. He said last year, when they lost against Barcelona, but still went through in the Champions League, that it was the most beautiful loss of his life. Tonight is certainly the ugliest loss of his life.
And that picture says it all, doesn't it, for Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well, amid that, Ramos was sent off. Carvalho stayed on. Guardiola looks coolness personified as he heads down the tunnel, but I'm sure as he gets into the changing room, he will whoop for delight. Casillas and co can't wait to get out of the stadium quick enough. A 5-goal humiliation.